Good morning, everyone. We are here at Electroma 2025 and we are having Mr. Venkat Moowala, President and CBO from Jakson Infra with us. Let's start this conversation knowing more about their different verticals.
Yeah, ma'am, I would say that Jakson as a group has many businesses. We have the distributed power and we have infra side of the business, and we have Jakson Green, which is primarily the EPC focus on the renewables, and then we have the module manufacturing and we have the biofuels. Out of these verticals, infra has been very strong in terms of a capability that has been built in the last 10-15 years, and we are in the various segments of the infra side of the business. I would like to say that we talk about particularly we talk about the power distribution, transmission, and then substations is one segment, all electrical. Then we have a urban infra in which we do metro electrification side, and then we have the civil as well as the water. I think all these 5 segments of the business we operate under the Jakson Infra as such.
As we all know that Jakson is in the market since very long. So what kind of services you are serving to your customers or your clients?
See, I think we are as a Jakson Infra, we are in the EPC space. EPC is all about how you come with your innovative solution, and then sustainability is an important. The sustainable innovative solutions are the order of the day as such. I think that is where the innovative approach that we have in providing the solutions, and they are very clearly sustainable. Sustainability perspective, whether you use environmentally friendly materials or use a product which is highly efficient, in which in a combination of that. So we focus on the design, we focus on the construction, we focus on the operation that are clearly sustainable. That will give a life cycle benefits the community, and it has the least or no environmental impact as such. So that is where in all these business verticals we focus on giving innovative solutions that makes us very uniquely placed in the marketplace.
As you mentioned that there are different verticals, could you just let our readers or our audience to know more about your services or some case study, a small brief about that?
Okay, so let me say that the interesting area where we started off quite some time ago, the power distribution. Power distribution, it's all creating the networks, last mile connectivity in a distribution company, and bring that power to the households as such. While that has been the theme in the past in the power distribution markets, but today what we are talking about is modernizing the entire network and the building the networks with more intelligent, in a sense that there's a digitalization of the network that will actually helps the customers or otherwise the consumers of that electricity getting a more reliable power, and then obviously the entire network improvement in terms of an efficiency. It will reduction in the losses as such. So I would say that when the government of India has launched RDSS scheme, Jakson has been actively participating in that. We have won opportunities worth about 3,500 crores, and we are executing these projects in 5 states, starting from Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and then these are the states where we are already working on these opportunities as such. I think this is all leading to reduction in the losses in that, which means that healthiness perspective, it is something which will help the discom to be reducing their losses, which means that they reduce the kind of impact that is creating in their balance sheets as such. So this very innovative approach the government of India has taken. This has been the scheme which has been there for last 2-3 years, and it's going to be there for the next 2-3 years. And I think there is a huge investment is incoming on this segment side, and we will be a leading player in this market space, and we will continue to focus on this segment side. So that is one example. But I would say that the government of India has also done an extensive work in terms of planning for a transmission network across the country, particularly interstate. Since there has been green energy has been produced in different parts of the country, and that need to be wheeled. The power have to be coming to the consumption centers, which calls for a network which will be able to take care of the renewable energy, and then that renewable energy has to be transmitted from one part of the country to the other part of the country. Yes, I think government of India has done a wonderful planning on that, and come with a plan which is about covering for 8 years from 2024 to 32. And I think it's a clear plan where you have the green energy corridors are now getting built, and the government is obviously investing, and also they are encouraging the private investments in that, and TBCB, which is called tariff-based competitive bidding side. And we see that this is a great opportunity for us to be in the EPC of that. Jakson in the past has done for the state transcos a lot of opportunities like 132 kV, 33 kV, and then 220 kV opportunities. But we are today in a position position to provide the solutions for either a high voltage substation starting from 400 kV to 765, whether it is a AAS technology or otherwise GAS technology, and then we can do a transmission lines 400 kV to 765 kV. So I think this is an interesting times for us to look at, because the investments required in this segment is at least about 100,000 crore per year, and we clearly see the network expansion required is about 20,000 kilometers per year. India has done in the last 5 years about 18,000 kilometers, which means that this segment requires a lot more experienced, financially capable EPC contractors. I think Jakson would be one of them, and our focus will be to look at these ISTS networks and be very active participant in that. Apart from doing an EPC, we are also looking at TBCB opportunities where we design, finance, and construct, and then operate for 35 years and then transfer that to the CTU as such. I think this is space which is pretty exciting. The third thing which we can talk about the metro networks. In a metro, we have been doing entire power distribution to the metro station, whether it is a elevated station or otherwise the underground station. Today, I think we are in a position to give an entire power solution to the metro network, starting from power receiving, traction substation, and then building up the OHE for the entire line, and then powering the electrical power distribution for the stations. I think that we are giving a good integrated solution for that, and we'll be able to focus. The ones which we have done in the past could be, each project is about 200 crores, 250 crores. Today we are talking about crores in the sizes of 700 crore to 800 crore size of the opportunities.
So, as we all know that government has done a good job for electrical industry specifically. So, what are your views, like how government is, helping this industry to grow?
I think the government is providing a lot of encouragement for the new manufacturing industry to come in this segment. I think a lot of things can come here in the manufacturing. There is advanced technology called GIS, an encouragement to create facility and manufacturing by some of the OEMs and technology players will extensively help. And then giving incentives for building up a tower manufacturing will also be very good, whether it is a tower and a conductor manufacturing is going to be extensively help us. I think this is just now I see that, while there is so much of focus of the government of India and the renewable space, now this is one enabler. The networks, that creation of the networks is an enabler of moving that renewable energy power to the respective demand centers as such. I think that focus is coming on here, and I'm sure a lot of thrust will come for, production-based incentives, the way it has been done for the renewable energy products like solar PV and then cell manufacturing and so many things in that, including the, best battery energy storage facilities.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.